Bonjour à tous. Welcome all to the courses about the French luxury industry. And today in this video strip, we are going to talk about the first subject, why methodology matters. Well, I think that most of you have ever heard about a very famous Chinese fairy tale. Well, a bunch of blinds are asking to touch an elephant, and they are supposed to say, "What is an elephant?" I think that this story is very famous and everybody knows that. So the meaning of this fairy tale is that, what is an elephant? When these blind people, they touch the different parts of the elephant, they will say that elephant is something very, very different. But finally, what is an elephant? Is elephant a wall? Is an elephant a stream? Is elephant a rope? Well, according to the party that you touch the elephant, you will definitely think that elephant is something very, very different. In the meantime, in the media, we also see that there are many, many TV talking shows where many key opinion leaders, so-called 名嘴 in Chinese, that every day, all around the clock, they show on TV talk show and they discuss about social science matters and international affairs or local domestic public affairs. Well, every one of them will say something very, very different, but about the political party and the public affairs. But finally, who tells the truth? And we also have to know, is that really true? And what is the truth that they are talking about? Are they true? Are they telling us the verity? Well, that is a very big question mark. Well, according to a very famous Japanese comic strips, the actor said that there is only one truth. 真相永远只有一个. Well, is there really only one truth always? That is really a very big question mark. We are not very sure that is there only one truth, because in those crime events, everybody will say that I tell you the truth, and everybody has his version or her version of truth. So is there really always only one truth? This is a very big question mark. Upon the relation between science and religion, scientists said that all you talk about religion is not true, is empty, is not the verity. But we also have to ask us a very simple question. Does the science can always explain everything with science? Can natural science explain the creation of the universe? Can science explain in a very sensible way the way of life of human being, of our life, of the universe? So scientists tell us that religion is not true. Religion also tell us that they tell us the truth. But who is true? That is also a very big question mark. Well, in the 21st century, we often think that technology always wins. We always think that liberal arts are useless. So students, they don't like to study liberal arts because technology seems to be more true, or technology seems to be more applied. But why technology seems to occupy a stronger position rather than the liberal arts? According to even Pavlov, man still another powerful resource, because natural science with its strictly objective methods. So this is the reason why that the technology are considered to be more stronger or more convinced or more convincing than liberal arts, because technology are based on strict objectivity. Well, this danger of liberal arts happens all around in the world. We can see on this graphic, for example, in Japan, several years ago, there are some university that they decided to close those liberal arts department. that many schools, even very famous public Japanese university, they decide that they will close those liberal arts departments because nobody, well, not really nobody, but less and less students choose to study those humanity science or so-called social science or human science. The crisis of liberal arts are everywhere, very serious problem that we should face. But we should ask ourselves a really severe question. Is liberal arts so useless? Well, not really. According to Steve Jobs, if technology married with liberal arts, married with the humanities, that yields us the result that make our heart sing. Technology is very powerful, but technology itself cannot give us fun. Technology itself cannot make our heart sing. Technology should be married with humanity science. Technology should marry with social science, with liberal arts, so that this technology will be warm, heart-touching. Also, in some survey, we can also see that liberal arts is really not so useless in working. Many employers, they think that every student should acquire broad knowledge in the liberal arts so that these knowledge will help them in their work. So from some perspective, liberal arts are really not so useless faced to the technology and when people are working. Well, I used to follow a very famous key opinion leader on Facebook. His name is Mr. Yan Shenhong. He is a professor in the Sun Yat-sen Public University. Well, from his Facebook, I find something very interesting, and I want to share his ideas with everyone. Because according to him, he also observed that nowadays Taiwanese students, they don't have logic. They don't know how to think. And this situation is getting worse and worse. So these are the questions, these are the problems that he found in his classes. Well, first he said that students don't know what is scientific method. They have strictly nothing. They know strictly nothing about what is a so-called scientific process. Second point, he said that students always or often take guessing as assumption, and they take those unrealizable objective as their objective of research. And in the fourth point, he said that students usually have misinterpretation about the phenomenon, so their induction, their deduction will be completely wrong or false. Problem number 5, they consider that data resourcing means looking for standard response. In fact, data resourcing is a very important process that help everyone to clarify our problem and to focus on a certain point. Number 6, student doesn't have capacity to interpret internet data or these broadly called information. And point number 7, I think that this is really very well said. Students use their very partial knowledge in their head and to compose an imagination. And they use a very genuine or very naivety to persuade themselves that this is true and this could be done, this could be feasible, and this is possible, and this is convincing. Next point, for example, point number 9. Students often they create error, and then they draw the objective. They reverse the so-called causality of the problem or the research. And point number 13, they usually compare one thing from another, but in fact the thing that they compare is not comparable. So these are many problems Taiwanese students have. And point number 17, students don't know that it is a very hard procedure. You got to put many efforts to create, to produce knowledge. So if it is not something that they can understand very rapidly, that they can grab a sense very rapidly in front of these very complicated, unrealizable, or very difficult to understand, especially something takes time to throw in efforts to look for, to clarify the problem. In front of all this time wasting, which necessitate very much effort in order to find for the clarification of the answer, they think that this is useless and they are out of patience. Students don't have the patience to look for truth. What they really want to have is a very immediate, rapid, standard, short answer. That's what students think. They don't want to put many efforts. They don't want to waste time to think about these very complicated phenomena, to try to find a sense and to look for the truth or the knowledge. So they feel nothing about many things. They are afraid of challenge. They are afraid of the effort to look for the true knowledge, and they dare not to try, or they don't want to waste time to try to find for the answer. So these are the problems that Professor Yan talk about, the thinking logic of student, which I think that is completely right. Well, suppose that I ask you all these questions about public affairs or international affairs. What is your opinion? Are you capable of giving me a very sounding, a very founded, scientific based opinion? Well, all these questions, all these public affairs questions are very difficult, are very complicated, and there is no one truth about all the issues where I'm cited as example. So what should we do? What students should do, what students should know how to do is to observe and to analyze social issues. But what does it mean, analyze? Analyze means that you have to put efforts through scientific methods and through scientific process, and then you will get something that will help you thinking forward to form an opinion. So what does it mean, a point of view? You should not rely on subjective feeling. You should not rely on your preference, what you like, what you dislike, or you should absolutely not found your opinion, create your opinion based on guess or guessing. Only scientifically based and proved opinion worth discussing. These subjective feeling, personal preferences or guess, these are things that does not worth discussing. So if we want to think, there are many tools that will help us to think. In this course, we will teach you how to use scientific tools so that your opinion will worth discussing. And we should always check every opinion from the methodological perspective. And you often heard about this theory A, this theory B, this theory C. But anyway, please pay attention. Theory is only a tool. All these so-and-so ISM, every theory which has the word ISM at the end, it is only a tool for thinking. And tool is created to fix a specific problem. The relation between theory and problem is like screw and screwdriver. You need a screwdriver to screw a screw, all right? And theory are fixed and modified over time so as that they can better solve the problem, so that you will see that for big screw, there will be big screwdriver. For small, tiny screw, there will be small, tiny screwdriver. So screwdriver should be modified, changed in order to fix the screw. This is a very simple thing. Well, so it means that theory also encounter ambiguity, conflict, and ambivalence. Theory has their limits. So this is the end point of this first subject. Hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.